Welcome to the Evolve User Interface Guide. This video will walk you through the menus of the Evolve series machines in both MIG and MMA modes. The Evolve series machines come standard with an auto polarity module. This means that when connecting your torch, you will plug the torch into the Euro connection and the earth clamp into the earth clamp DINs. The Evolve machines have 4 MIG modes: manual, synergic, pulse, or double pulse. Manual MIG mode gives you complete control over every parameter, while the other 3 provide recommended optimal settings based on the inputted parameters for your weld. MIG mode is the default home screen on these machines. From the main weld screen, you can select your MIG type from the top menu. Once you've selected a MIG mode, scroll across the top menu to input your wire type, wire diameter, and gas mixture. With all your parameters selected, the machine will load the recommended amperage and voltage for your chosen parameters, ready to go. These can be adjusted with the control knobs as needed to suit the material thickness. After the machine has loaded the recommended settings, you can go through the rest of the top menu, which includes the torch trigger modes. Hot start, where you can turn the hot start setting on and off, inductance settings, and then the job mode, which lets you know if you have a job selected, with free job indicating no job has been selected. Finally, there is the advanced settings menu. The parameters available in the advanced settings will depend on what's been selected on the main screen. Double pulse MIG mode will have more advanced settings that can be altered compared to synergic MIG mode. Regardless of MIG mode, you'll be able to adjust the hot start on or off and set the pre-gas timer, start current, start timer, and start slope, although the start settings are only available when hot start is set to on. You can also set the inductance, burn back, stop slope, stop timer, stop current, and post-gas timer. If the torch trigger mode has been set to spot, you'll also be able to adjust the spot timer. In pulse and double pulse MIG modes, the start force, which sets the arc length for the first 300 milliseconds of the weld before it returns to the set arc length, can be adjusted. In double pulse MIG mode, you'll also be able to set the double pulse mode to standard or advanced. Standard mode will adjust all the settings synergically, and advanced allows you to adjust them manually. Then you can adjust the double pulse frequency, the double pulse low current, which sets the low current as a percentage of the main pulse current, and the double pulse balance. You can only adjust the low current and balance when the double pulse mode is set to advanced. All of these settings can be reverted to their default settings by pressing the Restore Default Settings at the bottom of the Advanced Settings menu. To stick weld, select the weld mode and swap to MMA. Like with MIG, MMA mode can be set to manual or synergic. In synergic mode, you'll need to input the electrode type and diameter, then adjust the current to suit the material thickness. You'll also be able to adjust the arc force from the main welding screen. In the advanced MMA settings, you'll be able to turn the power limit on and off. You will also be able to set its percentage when turned on. The power limit setting limits the arc's power when the electrode is lifted from the weld pool. It automatically drops the current to prevent it from rising above the set limit and maintains a constant power even when the arc length is increased, which increases the current and voltage. You can also turn the anti-sticking and MMA auto standby off or on. Turning the auto standby off prevents the power source from entering standby mode. To access the job menu, you'll need to press the free job button in the top menu bar on the welding screen. From here, you can save new jobs or load save jobs. To load a job, you'll need to have a job already saved. You can filter your list of saved jobs by material, wire diameter, gas type, or your inputted description. To save a job, first set the parameters you want to save, select Save Current Settings as a job, and then Save as New Job. You'll need to choose a job site number and enter a job description before saving. If you choose a job site that is already in use, the machine will let you know, and you can choose to overwrite that job or choose a new slot. If you're in an active job and you have made changes that you don't want to save, you can revert these changes by selecting Reset Job to original values. If you no longer want to use the job you're in, select Return to Free Job to exit the current job and freely adjust settings. To view or edit the general settings of the machine, press the menu button and open the machine settings screen. In this menu, you'll find the QR code, which allows for quick identification of your machine and language settings. The Plug and Play and Accessories menu displays the modules that are connected to the machine. Clicking on any of these will provide information about the module's software, or in the case of the water cooler, let you test it if it is working correctly. The machine information includes serial number, machine model, user interface version, and variant. The connectivity menu lets you toggle the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and GSM to on or off. When set to on, these connections can be configured to view their information or change networks. Finally, the software update is where you can check that your machine and UI firmware is up to date. You'll need to be connected to the Wi-Fi for the machine to be able to detect new updates.